Hi, so just to give you a contrast from yesterday, we have a bit of wind here today. I think the tail end of a hurricane sent to us by the jet stream, so thanks for that, jet stream. But there's a bit of a contrast here on the west side of the property, which we're just on the edge here. We have put two hedges about 4 meters apart to give us the first line of protection. You can see just how much the wind is moving around here at the moment. I wanted to contrast the movement here to what is in the centre of the garden that I was showing you yesterday, where the raised beds are, where we grow a lot of our fruit and veg. So let's do that now. So I'll wander down that direction, and I'll do this in real time, so forgive me if I'm a little bit slow. So I'll do this in real time, just so as you know I've not sort of come on a completely different time of day just to fool you. So I'm just going through what we also create in the centre of our property. So we have the two hedges already. Those hedges are 4 to 5 meters apart to the west, and in the centre of our property we've put this, you can probably see easier there. So there are two hedges with about maybe 1.5 meters, 2 meters apart, and again the air is sort of trapped in this sort of space again to try and stop the flow of air that sort of comes straight through and hits you like a bulldozer. So each of the hedges is slowing the air down, and then the space in between is also slowing the air down. So let's carry on. So I didn't tell you the sort of hedge that we have here, or tree that we have here. We have a lot of alders, soak up the moisture, real pioneer trees. We have willows, we have elm trees, lots of different types of willows, not just the fast growing variety. We have dogwood, there's a horse chestnut you might see just behind me as passing. We have elm trees, oak trees. We now of course have plenty of apple trees growing inside the outside trees. There are elder trees which grow very well, various bushes. Blackberries do well here, but as do black currants and red currants and white currants and gooseberries. We also have some lime trees, not the citrus variety of course. We have now come into the area I was showing you yesterday where the raised beds are, and maybe you can tell the difference in the sound in here. So, and the movement of the plants. So we've come through an extra layer of hedge. Remember this area with the raised beds in, and our old greenhouse that needs redoing. So there are 4 hedges in this area, creating a room which slows the wind down. So from the front hedge we have 2, 3, 4 hedges up until this stage, which is slow the wind right down. Everything seems to grow in here really quite well, within reason. We're not obviously in a hot area, but a lot of things that would normally get battered can now grow in here quite safely. And if I was to go through into the area to the east of this garden, if I come into the hedge, our hedgerows we've made into a foraging type hedgerow. So instead of going out wandering down the road just foraging, we now forage in our own hedges, which are filled with blackberries and black currants and gooseberries and red currants. And although the flowers have gone now, there's also Siberian purslane on the ground, and there's some salmon berries in here which you have to be a bit careful with. They do tend to go a bit mad. but again, salmon berries, something that we and the wildlife here can eat. So now we're in the area where there is another hedge between us and the west, and you can see, and maybe hear, just how calm it is. So I hope that gives you a little bit of a contrast and shows you just how much trees can protect your property, not just through the protection that they give you from wind, but also the land itself will change as it opens up, as nitrogen sort of percolates from the older trees. As the ground is opened up, roots move in, and suddenly, grass and weeds grow very well, but also so does everything else. The trees not only bring that, they bring a lot of the wildlife that you can see everywhere, every day. Number of birds and insects, and also of course the raptors follow them too. We do have a bus that goes past us regularly here, and even the sound of that is broken up a little bit by the trees. So there's another reason for growing trees. So I hope we've convinced you, if you needed convincing, of the reason for growing trees: to provide food for yourselves in the future, and to provide food for more and more nature of different types. So I'll leave you with that thought for the time being. Maybe we'll talk a little bit more maybe later in the week. Okay.